buddy Dave with Car Speed, and today we got a new video for you. Now I know it's been a few weeks since I've done a video, and I'm sorry about that. And most of my videos deal with a lot of like chassis adjustments or chassis dynamics and the changes you can make at the racetrack to help produce speed. And this video is going to be a little bit different. So we're going to take a little pause from the calls from that kind of stuff. I've had a lot of requests and a lot of questions about how about some MyChron features. Okay, so today we're going to talk about the lateral grip page in your MyChron, how to read it, how to use it. You know, the lateral grip. You know the. No, that's not it. No, that's not it. No. There we go. The lateral grip page of your MyChron. So let's get started.
Well, there's something you don't see every day.
Okay, so before we all jump right in 2 feet into the pool and start trying to use it, first we got to understand how it works, all right? So your lateral grip number and the lateral grip page is derived from the lateral acceleration channel, okay? Which is basically your lateral G channel, all right? Okay, and the way it works is the more speed the go-kart produces, the more lateral acceleration you're going to feel, or more lateral forces are applied to the go-kart, okay? The more lateral acceleration or lateral forces that are applied to the go-kart equals more lateral grip, right? So the faster you go, the more centrifugal force is exerted onto the go-kart. The more centrifugal force that's exerted onto the go-kart, the more the go-kart rolls over on the right side tires and produces grip, okay? So whenever you're looking at that, that's kind of how it's calculating how you're getting your lateral grip, all based on your MyChron's reading of its lateral acceleration, okay? And it does that a couple different ways. Some MyChrons have accelerometers in them, but that's where it's getting the information from.
Anyone?
So, with that being said, let's kind of work into how can we apply it? How can we use it? Yeah! So, I know what's going through your mind right now. You're like, okay, well that sounds easy enough, David. The more grip the go-kart makes, the higher the lateral grip number is. That's pretty easy enough. Well, it's not exactly as black and white as that is. Okay? Yes, the more speed you produce and the more bite, then your lateral grip number should increase. Okay? But that isn't in all situations. And there's a couple things you need to look out for to make sure it doesn't cause you to make a bad decision. Okay? Like, for instance, you know, when the go-kart's fast and you're making bite, your lateral grip number is going to go up, okay? The go-kart's using the right sides more, it's staying rolled over more, okay? But in the instance that the go-kart is locked down tight, like really tight, you know how it's like locked down and you're 3/10 off the pace tight, then your lateral grip number isn't going to go up, it's actually going to start going down.
Say what?
Let me explain, okay? Now, on your lateral grip page, you have the graph, right? You know, the graph. Okay? Let's explain that. So sometimes, like I said, sometimes if the go-kart is locked down tight, it's not going to produce a higher number. And let me kind of break this down. So sometimes when the go-kart is really locked down tight, it's not only gripping around the turn, it's also gripping down the straightaway, okay? So when that happens, the go-kart can't produce enough speed to increase the lateral force that's on the go-kart to cause it to roll over more on the right side tires. So therefore, your overall, your lateral grip number will go down, okay? But this is where the graph becomes important, okay, and how to read the graph, okay? So this is kind of how the page looks. You have your graph here, then you have turns 1 and 2 and an LG number, turns 3 and 4 and an average LG number for 3 and 4, and then you have a total lap average LG number, okay? Now the total average, it takes into account for the straightaways, okay? And turns 1 and 2, obviously, you're just looking at turns 1 and 2. And turns 3 and 4, just looking at turns 3 and 4. Okay? So when the go-kart's locked down tight, what you're going to see is, well, let me back up. The longer the line is away from the graph, the more the go-kart is rolling over on the right sides. Okay? And the shorter the line is, the less it's rolling over on the right sides. Okay? So when you get in a situation where the go-kart is completely locked down, and this number is less, let's say this number is 45 instead of 57, what you're going to see is you're going to see the lines the same width all the way around. So your lines then are going to be very uniformed. Okay? And what does that show? That shows that the go-kart rolled over, stayed rolled over, and is locked down tight. Even though it's not producing the speed to drive your LG number upwards, it's still locked down because all these are uniformed and the same. Okay? Now, what you're going to end up seeing, a lot of times, what you really want is when the go-kart comes into the turn, the go-kart kind of rolls over, and the more it comes out the turn, it gets less. Because that means that when the go-kart starts changing directions, you want it to roll over on the right sides, bite grip, and then roll back on the left rear and accelerate out the turn. Okay? Guys, I hope this helped you kind of understand a little bit more about the LG page of your MyChron. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to message me. You can message me on the YouTube channel. If I don't answer, then just message me on Facebook. Guys, remember, race is tough. Don't be leaving no speed in the trailer.